Welcome to the AR-15 podcast. This show is for you if you just bought your first AR or if you've been building them for years. There is something we can all do to take our black rifles to the next level. My name is Nick Dooley, and we are joined, as always, by my co-host, Garth Over. You're muted.
Hi.
There we go. And how are you doing tonight, Garth?
Buddy, I am well. Waiting on this big old blizzard to come and hit South Dakota. So I figured, better get out to the range today and do a little shooting.
Yes, indeed. So tonight we are live again on Rumble. So I'm going to try and keep the Rumble chat up and going as well, so I can view that as we come up for anyone watching over there, since the overlords at other destinations that start with U and end in tube might not be super friendly to a content. We do have another spot that you can check us out, and we can chat live as we go through here.
Yeah, we appreciate those guys because they're not doing the whole censor thing like the other guys.
Yeah. So, anyways, with that, we have obviously been running through here, and it has been, we were supposed to have a guest tonight, but I think there was some time zone issues, and well, we wanted to make sure that we got a show out to you guys, the listeners and viewers and whatever else it is on this mystical machine that is the internet.
For the tens of viewers and the thousands listening at some other point in time.
Yeah. So Garth, it's been a little while since we just talked about kind of what we have done, and I know that we have had both been really busy in the past month or so. We've had an opportunity to talk to some pretty cool people and stuff like that, but we definitely haven't got down to some of the cool stuff that we've been doing with guns. So, Garth, what have you been doing?
Well, man, first of all, I finally got out to the range. And Matt, how is the part of the month going? It's not. I'm failing miserably at that. But I am keeping up with the gun of the month thing, which I told everyone I wasn't going to do anymore. And this is month 3 and I've bought 4. So doing well on that front. And actually, that's what I'm going to talk about real quick. I'm going to go sneak back here and grab this bad boy. So I took out my Foxtrot Mike AR for those viewing on the YouTubes and Facebooks and stuff. For those of you that are not, go check out Foxtrot Mike and his Instagram and Facebook, guys. You can check out the rifle I'm talking about. It is the Ranch rifle. It's got the 870 stock on it. Doesn't have the regular AR, pistol grip, but a solid rifle from what I shot it today. I took it out and zeroed it in about 10 rounds, put a nice Swamp Fox 1-6 on there, and was ringing steel at 350 yards with it. From first impressions, really like the weight of the gun. I love the forward charging handle on it. That's super fun. I need to switch it over because I'm a southpaw. So things like that got to happen. The biggest thing that I wasn't prepared for, it has a heavy, and I mean heavy trigger pull. And it's yeah.
I do know that takes a standard AR trigger group.
Yeah, and I'm sure it could be swapped out. Don't get me wrong, but like first impressions, though, I was like holding up on target, and I was squeezing the trigger like I normally would on an AR, and it wasn't clicking. And I was like, oh man, did I get another lemon? Nope. Just got to really give it a good pull, and yeah. I also shot it unsuppressed, and I don't think I've shot an AR on, not suppressed in 2 years. So that was a shock. Thankfully, I had my headphones on because I wasn't ready for that. But yeah, the whole again with the 870 stock, it has a little bit more recoil than a traditional AR, but again, nothing outrageous. Didn't hurt my shoulder or anything like that. Just kind of caught me off guard the first 5 rounds. So overall impression, I would probably carry it in my pickup. Honestly, I think it's a neat gun. It's something different. It's something you normally don't see, and so yeah, maybe I'll even run a competition with it this year because I do things like that.
Yeah, and I will say that it is neat. It is definitely a cool gun or whatever you want to put it as.
Oh no,
That
I think you used the perfect term when I picked it up. It's fantastic.
Oh, which one was that? Like, remind me, because I was like, there's all kinds of stuff.
Well, this was fantastic. This is the fantastic gun.
Oh, the Funtastic.
No, FUD, FUD.
Oh, a Fudtastic. Yes,
Yes.
it is Fudtastic. It is for, like, I like them ARs, but you really can't get better than walnut and blued steel.
That's correct. And so that's what really drew me in on it. Of course they had the traditional synthetic stock, and then they had a super nice Cerakote one too. But I went for the middle ground one, and I'm pleasantly pleased with that gun. And then of course I used the GI Joe mag today that we got from Talking Lead. That's a cool magazine. So it really added the whole finesse. Well, I'll post a picture of it on our Instagram and Facebook here after the show, just so all you guys can take a look at it if you want.
Yep. Oh, and we did get kicked from YouTube.
Did we?
Yep.
Oh man, that's my bad.
100%. We got pulled from YouTube. I'll see if there's a strike coming. Let me check the
well,
Yep, I just looked over there and did the double check. We definitely got kicked from YouTube, so
I suppose we can't get back on there tonight, huh?
no, we cannot.
Oh. So dumb. So dumb. I hate liberal media.
Yep, YouTube has removed your comment or content. It violates our policies.
So it's not really YouTube then. It's anything except freedom tube.
Yep. So yeah, we can't do that. The good news is that we can download it and have it come back. And hey, look at this. We have Rumble comments popping up.
Yeah.
Over here now, so that will work. Anybody who would normally be watching live, get on over to Rumble, and that will happen. So
So dumb. Well, sorry guys. Sorry that you have to watch this episode later. My bad.
Well, that's okay. Since that happened, you go ahead and keep talking.
I'm gonna because I'm gonna pull out my other toy that I bought recently.
Yep, and I am going to.
So yeah, my second purchase and fun, little toy. I went and I had Nick order in my mini 1022. Well, I mean the mini 14. They did one and they put it in a 1022 variant with the folding stock. It's right out of PUBG for all you gamers out there. Nothing special. It's just a 1022 with the collapsed stock on it. A lot of fun to shoot. Has a awesome pick rail on top, so definitely be putting a red dot on that and sighting it in at probably around 50 yards because who doesn't want a sweet little 22, to rock on an ATV or four-wheeler when you're out doing hood rat stuff, as they call it.
Exactly.
But yeah, so that's like the gist of what I've got to do over the last few days. Looking into some other fun and interesting guns out there. Our buddy Matt sent us some stuff on the old Instagram the other day, and there is a lever action mare's leg AR that
I don't know if that's actually a thing.
Oh no, I was on their website. It's totally a thing.
Oh dear God.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they have just the regular one as well, like the pirate gun, and then they have the shortened stock on it and stuff like that, or whatever you call it. I guess it's the Mare's like AR version. I think I have to own one just because it's so stupid. So that's probably gonna happen, bud. Just I'll let you know when I order that. What about yourself, man? Anything fun, exciting? Been to the range, teaching classes? Well, the last one we taught was together, so I know that. But
Oh, I'm going to teach one. I'll be teaching one Saturday, and that is well. Just give me a second here while I finish doing some updates and stuff like that to some of our social medias so people can find things.
no, that's very fair of you, man. I see we've got guys from YouTube pouring in on Rumble now, so really appreciate you guys doing that. Sorry I got you guys kicked out of the show.
Uh,
I thought it was, a non thing. I thought we were small enough. I guess not. So
well, it's part of it is just they use AI to scan everything now. They put a new
yeah.
system out, and that I know is what Sean caught a while ago,
Hmm.
and having that the We Like Shooting show last week was also taken off of YouTube because of that, and when that happened, it bounced everything across. So good thing is we do have backups for when things like that happen.
That's right.
Um, so I am teaching a class now that I am back to having my full attention and on what's going on because I am
No.
not trying to do 12 other things at once. And as we push through with that, the I've been doing some kind of neat things as well, or at least I think they're neat. So again, if you have been following our Instagram or Facebook or social medias in that realm,
Mm.
you would see that we have in fact been doing some kind of neat stuff with what's going on, and that is with the 308 testing that we're doing. I'm doing, however that is, however you want to say it.
You're doing currently. I haven't got hands on yet, but I will.
Yep. I do know that I have been playing with those things because I'm like, hey, this works, and they have been working great. Oh, there I found it because it's in something that these are things that Garth has been doing. I understand now. But I've been playing with the 308s. So we have two 308s in, and I am very, very happy with both of them at the moment.
Hmm.
And I'm interested because out of the gate, both of these have worked.
Well, it's a good start. You always want
Yeah.
to find a functional firearm.
Well, 308s or the AR-10 platform in general can sometimes be a bit of a bother
Hmm.
for what it does. And this one, both of these have been working fantastically well.
Do you want to drop models and names for
Yep.
everyone?
I will just give me a second here while I finish sorting some stuff as I do weird movements about. The two models that we have one from Palmetto State Armory, and then we also have one from and sorry about the background noise as this loads up. I have one from Palmetto State Armory and one from Anderson.
Hmm.
So the Anderson is their AM10 Ranger 308, and this is one where I am going to I'd say it's a interesting setup to run through because everyone knows Anderson, and just like when we talked about that, is the poverty pony. Everyone kind of thinks about him as just a cheap, a kind of a cheapo rifle.
Mm-hmm.
And the retail on this one is $1,000. So it's within $200 of the PSA Saber that we're testing, because we're also testing a PSA Saber 10. So it's one of their high end, the PSA high end 308s. And the main difference between them, they're both M-LOK, they're both collapsible stock. The major difference is the fact that one is a 16-inch barrel and one is an 18-inch barrel.
Yeah. I'm super excited to get my hands on that Saber, dude. I want to do full testing on both, but for a while now I've been bouncing around the idea of a 308 again, and this is the perfect opportunity. How many guys get to actually go shoot a gun before they buy a gun?
Well, and I will say this, the Anderson really surprised me. Like, out of the gate, its shooting impulse is nice. Like, everything about both of these rifles is super, super nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been thoroughly impressed with what both of them are doing. So that, I think, is a super stellar thing. And I am kind of all about that.
Yeah, your groups were pretty spot on when you were out testing them for the first time. What optics did you choose to put on each of them?
So when I talk about the optics here, the optics that I put on were put on not because they're the greatest thing in the world. They're put on because, well, it's what I had extra of. If that makes sense.
No, that'll definitely happen sometimes.
I put so I have not an Anderson. I have a Vortex Viper or Strike Eagle. That's the one it is. The Viper PST is a 1-4, and I did not put that on there. I have my Strike Eagle 1-6 on the Saber, and an old, like, kind of ancient Primary Arms 4-14 first focal plane on the
Nice.
Anderson. And it's a it's a super non-complex reticle. But let me see if I can pull up the pictures here on the Instagrams and go, hey, we're going to take a look at this. All right. Yeah, here we go.
Okay, perfect. The group pictures, right?
Yes.
Cool.
So since we're talking about the Anderson, I will talk about them first.
Awesome.
And when I was shooting these, I didn't want to shoot just like ultra like amazing, awesome hand load ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a flyer in here, and that is 100% me. Well, it's me going, all right, yep. And I got everything set up, and I was using a sleeping bag on top of my range bag because I forgot my proper rest at home. So I kind of had a little sliding accident and shanked one up here.
Oh, that guy, don't worry about that guy. He'll be fine.
Don't worry about that little guy. But this is these are 1-inch squares.
Yep.
So that is a sub a sub to 1 MOA group. And I was very impressed with how that shot. And that is shooting what I kind of consider the bottom of the barrel for ammunition, like not the worst ammunition. Like, this isn't steel case Tula, but it's brass cased 147 grain PMC. So this is like not super accurate, ultra good ammo. This is just that. This is range ammo, 147 grain ball ammo that I'd run if I was running it at a He-Man competition or something like that.
Yep.
So that is I would call that group there a solid offering for a 5-shot group.
I would say that'll suffice. Yeah.
Now, when I moved up here, again, I had another flyer, but this 4-shot group, again, is within that inch as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that is with 168 grain Black Hills ammunition. And that is the Black Hills Gold ammo, which is kind of their top of the line. And that is using a 168 grain Barnes bullet.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I might try another bullet with it or another loading and see if it likes a different version of 168 grain a little bit more. But again, that's still a not bad group.
Yeah.
For what it was shooting. And if it happens to be that rifle just really likes cheap ammo, like that would be a very good thing for accuracy and for people shooting going down the road.
And that was with the PSA?
No, this was with the Anderson.
Oh, that was with the Anderson. Okay, cool.
Yep. So both of these two, there we go. Now I moved on to another one. So now we've moved on. This grouping here that's on screen now, again, the other rifle we have talking about is the Anderson, or I'm sorry, the PSA. And the PSA is wearing a smaller magnification optic. So, again, I had, 14 power on the previous post where, this was at a lot more magnification to get in tight, as was this. And now when I go to the other one, this is the Palmetto, the Saber round.
Yeah.
And again, this is at 147. I did shank one. I will take full credit for that because you can see this is a really nice tight group. And then there's this little guy over here. Well, that one was me. And I'm not too proud to admit that I did that.
Yeah, but you know what? They're still only an inch apart. So
now this grouping here, the 168 grain out of that Saber was a whole nother animal.
Yeah, that's a tight group. And these are all, I'm assuming, at 50-yard zeros?
No, actually, these were at 100.
Oh, then I don't see any disappointment in any of these shots whatsoever.
Yeah, I zeroed it at 50, and then I ran them out. And so no, they're both shooting sub MOA.
Yeah, those are solid groups right there at 100 yards, right out of the box, right? Fresh. I mean,
yeah.
After zero, so what we're looking at maybe 20 rounds out of the gun at these points.
Correct. Actually, I think, yeah, because I did confirmation of zero or zeroed them both, and used 2 different 5-shot groups to do that. And yeah, this is 20 rounds out of the guns at that point.
Then I'd say that they're both pretty solid out of the box. What did you feel about the triggers in both of them?
So, the PSA trigger is actually a very high quality trigger.
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't really one of those like, oh man, it shocked me at how good this trigger is. But like it was quite literally, like kind of took me aback a little bit. Like these guys came to play.
Mm-hmm.
And the Anderson also has a good trigger. Like it's like a polished mil-spec trigger. Like it's not super fantastic. Oh my god, this is amazing, like anything like that, but it's a decent to good AR trigger.
Oh, that's not bad at all then.
And I quite say it is definitely in where it kind of needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm good. Since we just got some zero on them and have that, I am gonna probably change out some optics on them and do some optic swapping back and forth, just to see what we can ring out for accuracy out of them.
Yeah,
and maybe throw a 1 to 10 on each of them, just so that they have that kind of baseline.
Yep.
Or see if I don't know if you have an extra 1 to 6 laying around, but maybe
I have a couple 1 to 10s.
Okay, well maybe we'll just throw yours on there.
Well, it'll work.
And get them put on where we can just with the same optic. And I realize that these might not be in the exact same class, but I think it's interesting to put definitely two competing rifles kind of head to head.
Yeah.
And review these. I am overall very impressed with the Anderson's build quality. This is my first time using a full Anderson build. And it has been a super solid rifle. We've shot the full PSA builds before and have had good luck and bad luck with them both. I know you had some issues with one.
Things happen. It's okay. So two other questions I got regarding the two rifles. How is weight distribution between each one? And how were I guess, I don't know. How did the gun come together? I mean, were there gaps in it? I mean, could you see through where the pins meet and stuff, or were they?
Well, we already got pulled off YouTube, so if you just give me a second here.
Well, there you go. You can just pull them up and show the entire Rumble universe and Facebook what we're looking at.
All right, so as I pull up here, this is the Anderson. It came with Magpul furniture on it, M-Lock 4-end, and just an A2 flash hider style.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just, standard kind of mil spec ish looking, receiver, not ambi, nothing really. It's not super fancy. This is a working rifle, right?
Yep.
Have there one thing, no dust cover on it and no forward assist on the upper. So that is, I don't really see that as being an issue, but it has, it is a tight lockup on the receiver. Everything, was indexed correctly. And, it has, Magpul furniture, which is decent. And it does have kind of a heavier profile barrel. And, this is just a solid shooter all the way around.
Yep.
I thoroughly enjoyed shooting this rifle. And, I'm excited to shoot it more.
Cool.
Now, as I've already picked that up, I will go back and pick up the next one.
Oh, I'm so excited to see the Saber. That honestly probably should have been my first purchase, but it wasn't. There's time. It's a lot of months left in 2020.
So with the Saber, you will also notice, first thing, no dust cover.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not no dust cover. It has a dust cover, but no forward assist.
Yep.
So no forward assist. One thing about it, this is full ambi.
Nice.
Or well, I shouldn't say that. It is an ambi bolt release. And it does not have an ambi mag release.
Okay.
Ambi bolt release. And then came with an ambidextrous charging handle as well. And it did come with a B5 Systems furniture set on it, which is not the worst thing, but is not the greatest either. So
out the box, they're pretty similar rifles then. I mean, it's just as far as how they're kind of set up.
Yeah, they are. I would put them as just solid shooters all the way around. And this one does have the PSA does have a stainless barrel with a 3-prong flash hider.
Yep.
Now, one of the interesting things with this 3-prong flash hider. So here you go. I'm going to go down a weird nerd rabbit hole for you guys. For anybody.
Just venture on down it.
One of the interesting things is if you look at the tip, or this flash hider, you will notice that it has 3 different lengths. Now, there is a reason for it having 3 different lengths of tines. And the reason it has 3 different lengths is historically with a 3-prong flash hider, you would have a ping that went off when you shot. It would be ting and it would sound like a tuning fork. I know that you've heard that before, Garth, on
Yes.
it's well, we were shooting, actually I think it was an AK that had one.
Yep.
Every time you shot it went ding and it kind of sounded like a tuning fork.
Yep.
Well, with the 3 different lengths on this, that mitigates that.
Okay.
So it doesn't have that bing, bell sound when you fire this.
Sure.
And again, B5 furniture, the lockup is tight, fit and finish is great. The one thing that it does have that the Anderson doesn't is it has indexing tabs on the front of on the handguard and the upper receiver to make sure that your handguard doesn't rotate.
That's
But
nice.
but what both of these are missing
I do.
is they are missing VZ grips. The unique feature of VZ grips is that the air grips are machined from a solid block of G10. And G10 is great because it doesn't get slippery when covered with mud, blood, or sweat. 17-degree grip angle and wide variety of textures from mild to extreme. Long color options and shorty versions available. 1911 grips. Standard slim palm swells, thumb notches, safety cuts, bottom profiles, and more. More than 25 textures and 27 colors are available. And this coupon code is good for 15% off all handgun and rifle grips. And that code is AR15 podcast.
Nice. Once we get done testing these guns, probably going to have to pick me up a couple VZ grips because I don't know. I don't know if we're going to send them back. There was no time stipulation.
Well, there is a little bit of time stipulation.
Wow. Yeah, they're not going to let us hold them onto them for a year.
Yep. But, and yes, Aaron, you did get here just in time for the VZ grip read.
It's the best part of the show.
Some people might think that, actually. I'm starting to learn that some people really do enjoy that part the most.
You never know where you're going to sneak it in, man. You never know.
Yep. Well, that one was a little bit too easy.
It was set up. Yeah, it was right there.
So I've been out shooting those, and those are it has been a lot of fun to get back to 308s. It's been a minute since I was shooting, since I've been shooting 308s a lot, just because I've been doing more and more, 6.5 Creedmoor or other things like that, and getting into where it's at now, back to the basics of the AR-10. And man, 308's kind of a thing for a reason.
Yeah, it's got a purpose. It's a solid round. I mean, I don't have one currently in my safe, but that'll change in 1 to 3 months, and we'll figure it out. I'm not too worried about it. I definitely do feel like there's a time and a place to own a 308, especially later in the fall and stuff for hunting purposes and things of that nature. But a large caliber firearm is always something everyone should have at least one in their arsenal, stash, whatever you want to call it.
In their collection.
Collection. I like collection. Yes.
Yes. And no, so that is kind of what has been my all-consuming thing currently, is doing 308 stuff. I do have another build in the works that is a personal build for me, not a customer build, not anything else, just a build for me.
So this thing's be Gucci's all heck.
No, this is going a completely different direction.
Space gun. It was too easy.
No, I my next one that I am doing is because I had someone go, "Oh, hey, I've got this," and it's going to that one part is going to end up costing me a lot of money.
That's how it starts. That's how they get you.
Yeah, because I do not have an 11.5-inch front sight post build yet.
But now you're gonna. Okay.
Yeah. So more to come on that as I go down a weird rabbit hole that is a short, front sight post build because, reasons and like weird bits of nostalgia for me.
Totally understand it. That makes 100%. Yeah, I get it.
He's just gonna have another weird little gun that he's gonna shoot way further than he should.
Yeah, but it's fine. You said it's going to be what caliber?
Oh, this will be 223.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you're going to do like a 308 on that or not, because that'd be kind of cool too, or a blackout or something, But okay, 223 is fine. We are the AR-15 podcast after all. So, beyond the gun shooting, Nick, what else did you want to chat about tonight?
Well, so I know that we're moving into spring and the seasons are changing, and it's been rather warm in our neck of the woods.
Too warm.
And
I'm looking forward to the snow.
And with that, I know that I have started going through and doing, like, I don't even want to call them vehicle preps or anything like that, because it's not like, oh, prepper lifestyle and stuff like that, which I don't have an issue with, because like there's an issue or a element of preparedness that I think everyone should have.
Go on.
You okay?
Yeah, I dropped something. Don't worry about it.
And that element of preparedness that I truly believe everyone should have is, I carry a bunch of stuff in my vehicle, from medical to just like, oh, hey, if I get stranded on the side of the road, I can, I have tire inflators. I have, I have stuff like that with me just so I can. I firmly believe in the statement that no one is coming to save you.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
You are your own first responder.
Yep.
And with that said, I've been pushing, just kind of a lot of that stuff where I went, oh, okay, I'm kind of looking at some things around, going, hey, with the way the world's going, it might not be a bad idea to have a little bit of extra. I'm going to go through what I have in my vehicles, because it's not that I use tourniquets or anything like that, but like Band-Aids and boo-boo kit stuff. I do kind of go through a lot of that. Like when I teach classes, every now and then I have to hand out a Band-Aid.
I did it last class.
Yep. And, things of that nature. So I started taking inventory of it, and I wound up buying what I need some more medical gear because, well, reasons. So I bought myself another med kit, and I bought this one. I actually bought one of the ones that Sean Heron from the We Like Shooting Show designed. One from Medical Gear Outfitters, and I bought one of those just to kind of try out and see what I thought of it. And I was like, all right, well, we're gonna run with that. And then when I was there, they kind of had a special on Stop the Bleed stuff.
Nice.
So the short answer is I spent about $350 buying Stop the Bleed kits and things of that nature, just to hand out, around as I click through. I guess I could pull up what it is that I purchased.
Well, I was just going to the website to check it out myself, because if the special's still running.
Well, it's one of those. I'm not going to say the special's still running. I can tell you, if you go check out, one of our other shows, or one of the other shows on our network, they can find a discount code over at We Like Shooting.
Yep. No, actually, I'm right there with you, bud. I was down to the capital city the other day, and I was also taking stock and inventory of the stuff I had, and ended up finding a sweet medical bag for a decent price. That's larger than the just the self kits you get through Medical Gear Outfitters or Amazon or whoever whatever you purchase.
So
And so, oh,
these
there you go.
these are stop the bleed kits. So they have a cat, compression gauze. I mean they have the compression gauze, the impregnated, then they have regular gauze, what has the Celox in it, and the pair of gloves. It is kind of the minimal you need for hemorrhagic bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked up several of them to kind of do hey, we're going to throw these around a little bit more. And went, yep, that sounds like a great thing to have to me.
Nope, I definitely am right there with you. I can't get enough of having enough gear when I carry stuff anymore. I'm so glad I bought a grocery getter again, quote air quotes, so I can have all this room for extra activities, which I don't have any activities in there. I just have medical gear and guns. But you know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Hey, like I understand.
So yeah, super stoked to fill that bag up and build out another one because for me, farming season's coming up, and I like to be prepared. So I wanted to actually build one just for switching trucks and tractors and stuff like that. And you never know what life's gonna throw at you, and I want to be prepared on every front because if I'm driving my tractor down the road, my pickup or Jeep might be 10 miles away from me when a situation arises where I need something to plug a wound or
Well,
who knows what.
and that's something that personally I've done for a long time at work, just because for me at work I don't always have the luxury of being close to my vehicle.
Yeah.
A lot of times I might be 30 or 40 miles away from my vehicle, but I do always have, I call it my lunch bag,
Yeah.
because I actually have a backpack that I use as a lunchbox. And it's not that it started life as a lunchbox, it's just I use it that way. So I have one compartment that is just medical gear that I carry with me. And then I have another one that's like phone charger and other little piddly stuff like that I need. But no, having all that stuff, getting more of the medical, I'm excited because I'm going to another medical class, if you will.
Yep.
Here coming up soon, and have some other kind of cool opportunities that are going to come up because of that. But no, I'm going to go to a medical class the beginning of April, and that is kind of for work, which is going to be great.
Well, for you, yeah, you get paid to go down there, basically.
Yeah, I am happy about this because I get to go. Hey, these are things that I can learn how to teach. So I'm going to go learn how to teach them, and I just found a way to do that the right way. And
Yeah.
nope, other than that, just been doing that. I got some other little odds and ends stuff that I wanted to have around as a just in case thing. And I know one of the other kind of really cool things, and this is something that we could almost do a whole show about. I have been playing around a lot more with like radios and communications for the range and for training and stuff like that. And I know people here may have heard me talk about ATAC before, or the ATAC system.
Yeah.
And
I've heard it mentioned.
Now they've kind of fixed some of the issues with the plug-in plays. And there is a way now to, without creating a server, make up to 25 people work for free on ATAC, where you can actually track each other's locations and send each other messages and all of those things without having your own mesh network or server yet. And that I think is kind of neat, just because if you were doing that and had, like in the event of emergency and you had a group of people that you knew or worked with, you could actually share real-time map data about where stuff was.
Yeah.
In the event of like, a fire, like a grass fire, one could be like, hey, there's a fire here and we need to set a break here, and you can draw it on your map and then send it out to everybody involved.
Yeah, that's a handy piece of thing to have.
So I've been playing with that, and it's not as much handy for us teaching classes as it is for me satisfying some of my nerd quest stuff.
Side quests. Yep.
Yeah, I have a handful of side quests I get involved in. I know.
That's why you're never going to finish a campaign, man. You've got too many side quests.
What's going on? Oh, I had a side quest. What was that? Now I have the reloader. Of course, I say that, and Garth has his own side quests, but
all of them. So yeah.
Yep. So Thomas, this actually still uses the cell phone network. You just have to do a 0-tier VPN network, which you can do for free. Because Thomas said when he was talking about the ATAC that all of his people are quite a way off. As long as you still have, internet and cell coverage, which if you're listening or watching this, there's still the internet. So you can use the 0-tier and set up a virtual network through that for free, which kind of works like a Wi-Fi, and then it will connect everyone who is connected to that network. There's a video about it from T-Rex Labs, which actually goes through very, very well on how to do all this stuff. Garth, as we keep going here, I know that next week we do have another guest that
we do.
That again, we were supposed to have Air Takedown Tool this week. It was just a time zone conflict that those things happen.
Yep.
It's especially when we're going back and forth, and there's a couple hours difference, and it's no problem with that. I'm gonna give them another huge shout out though. AR Takedown Tools. I love these things, and I've actually used them so much that I wore one out and had to buy another one.
I just remembered where mine is. I know what drawer it's in now, at least. So
you had to see it to be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly where that is. Yes, I do.
Yes, I've used, like, literally used one of these till it broke, and that is not something that I thought could happen.
It's a handy tool to have.
Yeah, it's I bought their full gunsmith set now, and they are wonderful to have. It is a spring-loaded tool, or a spring hammer, I think would be the way to put it. Spring or slide hammer.
Yeah. Good. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
But who knew that a guy who owns a gun shop would wear tools out?
Yeah, weird, right?
I never thought that would happen.
No, so they are amazing, guys. Check them out. It's just they couldn't make it tonight, so we started talking about the cool stuff that we had going on because, well, we hadn't done that in a little while.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we've done stuff like that. Yeah, and I actually really am excited for next week's guest, guys, because it kind of comes along the lines of what Nick and I have been talking about for the better part of 20 minutes now. So definitely feel free to come back here next Thursday and listen to that episode. I promise I won't hold any guns up and get us kicked off YouTube.
Yeah, that'll be, and it's funny. Maybe that's the one thing about the Hellion that Mike from Gideon held up last year or last show.
Week. Yep.
It looks so much like a space gun that they didn't think it was a gun.
Oh, that's just a camcorder. Don't worry about it.
Time for a new suppressor. Well, I may have one or two of them laying in wait as well.
Yeah. I need to come do paperwork on mine yet. It's coming up on 3 months. I still haven't done it.
You sure do.
I keep forgetting about it.
Wait times are getting faster for everyone.
Yes, they are.
You should probably do one of those things.
Probably should do the things.
But Garth, is there anywhere else? So next week we kind of alluded to it. We'll have Silent on SLNT. And they are the maker and purveyors of fine Faraday bags. And you might think that that's kind of an odd topic for us to have, but if you've been listening to the show for a while, you know that's not completely out of the realm for us. And also, they are definitely pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty good stuff. Really checked the product out at SHOT Show. Really liked what we saw, so we want you guys to know all about it.
Yep. And 7 days was his current wait time for a can.
Wow. That's cool.
Yep.
But yes, there are things that we need to talk about yet, Nick. One of them being Patriot Patch, patriotpatch.co. For all your cleaning mat necessities, they have a Patch of the Month club. They have pop culture patches. They have 10 signs, stickers, guys, anything you can dream up of to put on a patch. Hey, they do custom work. If you order a bulk order, they will put your patch, they will make that happen, okay? So go check out Patriot Patch, patriotpatch.co.
Yes. And, guys, I know that we're going to have to do a little bit more work on this. I will get this uploaded to the YouTubes and just later because, reasons and things.
Yeah.
But, so Garth, where can they find us on the social medias?
On the social medias, you guys can look up AR15 Podcast on Facebook, AR15 Podcast 2.0 on Instagram, AR15 Podcast 2.0 at gmail.com. You can also find us on the Firearms Radio Network. Just search AR15 Firearms Radio Network, or you can go firearmsradionetwork.net. And then you can check out all the other cool shows that are on there, like We Like Shooting. Let's Go Hunt. Who else? The Reloading Podcast, guys. The Off-Road Podcast, Talking Lead.
Yeah, Off-Road Podcast. They're a great show as well.
So a lot of information is on the network itself. So go check those guys out, support their shows, because I know a lot of those guys support us, and we really appreciate that. So
yes. And with that, guys, you folks out there, you stay safe and stay armed. Support the people who support the show. Primary Arms, VZ Grips, 4patriots.com, and Patriot Patch Company. Be sure to check us out on social media. AR15 Podcast 2.0 on Instagram, AR15 Podcast 2.0 on YouTube, AR15 Podcast 2 on Twitter, AR15 Podcast on Facebook, and wherever podcasts are found. If you just want to drop us a line, let us know how we're doing, or give us a show idea, make sure to send that email to AR15podcast 2.0 at gmail.com.